Hello Tokusatsu community, welcome back to Toku Topics. I know it's been a long time since there's been a video on this channel. I'm sorry about that, but there are a lot of things that I'm working on in the background. But today we are going to begin our first episode of a brand new series here for this channel called Lightning Storm. So Lightning Storm is going to be a series where I cover every single thing related to the Power Rangers Lightning Collection figures and roleplay stuff from Hasbro. Now we're going to cover the news, the leaks, the releases, things that the fandom posts in terms of like customs or hauls that are really cool or displays and things like that. Pretty much, if it's something to do with the Lightning Collection, we're going to talk about it here on Lightning Storm. We've had a lot of stories come out about Wave 5 in the past week on the fandom via Amazon, Walmart, all these things going on. So let's go ahead and break down what's been going on with this newest wave. Now they were all originally slated to come out on June 1st, which was about 2 weeks ago. And well, it kind of happened. At the beginning of May, Hasbro Pulse had sent out an email that said that Lightning Collection Wave 5 would be delayed until July 1st. Now, I believed for a while that that meant that Hasbro Pulse wouldn't get them till July 1st, but that other stores like Amazon, Target, Walmart, Big Bad Toy Store, things like that might actually be able to get them out earlier in June and still make that deadline. Over the past week, multiple fans have received their Lightning Collection Wave 5 figures from Amazon via their pre-orders, or, they ordered it right when the figures came out, something like that. But we have seen some issues with them for sure, which is very unfortunate. People are having problems getting the figures. Hasbro and Amazon, I don't know if they coordinated this properly or whatever has been going on, or if Amazon must have just received a very small amount of the figures or cases of the figures to put out on the store. So multiple fans have been receiving emails that said that, oh, we're charging you for it, but it's not here yet, it's not shipping yet, things like that. Multiple figures have been put on estimated delivery wait times. People seem to be getting the Ranger Slayer figure first, and then it became Time Force Red was pretty abundant. Zeo Gold and Mighty Morphin Blue seem to be sparingly coming out via Amazon. Multiple people have reported getting the whole wave. There's been reviews of the wave. Everything, that you can possibly think of for this wave has happened to it pretty much. Time Force Red, so far for a lot of people, has been suffering when it comes to the helmet. There's been paint applications pretty roughly put onto the helmet, which didn't look all that great. There's been numerous ones where the silver stripe that goes down the center of the helmet is either not aligned, not painted perfectly, things like that. The visor has become a major problem with this helmet. There's been numerous figures that have had the helmet at a crooked, so it's straight, kind of, but not quite. Some have been perfect, some have been really bad. It really depends. Also, the point on the arrow for the visor has not really been matching the mouth plate to a lot of the helmets, which is unfortunate. Hopefully you're one of the lucky people who hasn't had their figure box destroyed by one of the bubble mailers that Amazon uses to ship these figures for some unknown reason. There's been numerous different figures that I've seen on Twitter that have had a lot of damage taken to them via being shipped by the bubble mailers. I mean, seriously, Amazon. It fits in here. Don't ship it in this, please. It damages it. Our Twitter user VC17 posted how bad their Ranger Slayer box seemed to be crushed by Amazon when it arrived earlier this week for them. In response to that Ranger Slayer damage, MadStalin1313, also on Twitter, posted a picture of their Zeo Gold box, which had suffered very similar damage to where the bottom flap was even pushing out of the box, which looks pretty bad. If you want to check out all these reviews that have been posted for Wave 5, now that a lot of people are getting them in their hands, there have been numerous reviews that have been posted on YouTube of the Wave 5 figures. Japanime posted his video reviews on YouTube of 3 of the Wave 5 figures, Time Force Red, Ranger Slayer, and Mighty Morphin Blue, if you want to check that out. To find a figure review of the last one, the new Zeo Gold Triforia version, MCU Collector 24 reviewed that on YouTube. He also compared it to the SDCC convention exclusive version of the figure that came out last year. Wave 5 has also been released at Walmart in numerous locations. It seems like Walmarts in New Mexico have been the most abundant releases of them, but members of the Facebook group Power Rangers Lightning Collection group posted photos of the Wave 5 figures being found in Walmart, all 4 of them, although a lot of the Ranger Slayers had already been picked out since she is the one per case. But if you want to take your chance on trying to hunt that down in stores, it's possible Walmarts might have them, though with everything going on in the world, just stay safe. On the site dreamersfigure.com, which is a foreign toy website, I found new press photos for Wave 5, nothing crazily new, just showing off a little bit of different angles. Zeo Gold has this like bust angle now that we can see of the figure. Ranger Slayer has a close-up of her firing her arrow. There also are accessory press photos that we had not seen before for Mighty Morphin Blue and for Zeo Gold that match pretty much the style of every other accessory photo that we've gotten in the past for these figures. Also on the site was new box pictures for Mighty Morphin Blue and Zeo Gold, which shows like the top of the box, which is what the common press photo of the boxes look like. Personally, I like to have a matching set of those press photos. Wave 5 didn't seem to have them when they released their first batch of photos. It took me months to find them, finally did, so now we can have a matching set of press photos for all of the boxes. Except for that Sword Art Alpha set, I'm still looking. Now moving on from Wave 5, we have a lot of other news to discuss this week in terms of the future of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. We got some more exciting things this week, more confirmations more than anything else, although basically we do have a new toy and some things to discuss, so let's go ahead and get right on into it. So the foreign German website Ideeundspiel, which I'm probably butchering the name of very badly, a couple weeks ago I found listings on that site for a Dino Thunder White Ranger figure and a Psycho Ranger Team Pack set. We had not seen really anything else related to those things yet, and we still don't have a lot of information on them, especially the Dino Thunder White. We have nothing on other than that, but Ideeundspiel has shown that there is a URL active found by Power Ranger Talk on Twitter. There is a URL on the site for the S.P.D Omega Ranger and Uniforce cycle set, which you've known about from Amazon Italy all the way back since March, but it is the first time that we have seen that upcoming figure and bike set on any other site other than numerous different international Amazon sites. So we still don't know much about that in terms of what it's going to come with, what it's going to cost, when is it going to release, but we do have confirmation that it's on another site, so there's something with it. Ideeundspiel had given us the product number of the Psycho Ranger Team Pack set as E8920, which kind of puts it right in between numerous different releases that we've had. Using the Hasbro SKU number of E8920, we were able to put together some pieces to figure out what's been going on with the Psycho Ranger Team Pack and really kind of what it is maybe. John Green, who runs the Power Ranger site GurnRanger.com, found a shipping notice earlier in the week that showed that the Psycho Ranger team set is on the way from the Chinese factories to Hasbro, which means that the set is probably done. We know that it's the same set even though it was codenamed because it has the E8920 SKU number in front of it. On the shipping notice it has its code name, which is officially Ice Romeo Multi-Pack. We still don't know how many figures are going to be in it. It could be a 5-pack with the main core team. It could be a 6-pack with silver. It could be a 3-pack that gives us black, yellow, and pink, which is what we need to complete the core team. It's really still unknown pretty much anything about this in terms of price, release, number of figures, accessories, any of that stuff. But since it's being shipped from China to Hasbro currently, it's probably pretty safe to assume that we're going to see more information on the set, including maybe its official reveal finally sometime soon, probably around the time that there would have been Comic-Con this year. It might even have been what was going to be the exclusive. Time will tell on that. I'm sure it will pop up again in our news videos here as we talk about everything related to it, but I'm pretty excited to see what this is going to be. All we know is that it's on the way and it's probably done. Speaking of shipping notices, a couple of weeks ago, well-known Transformers fan JT Prime 17 had found a shipping notice that showed that we were getting a new Power Rangers Lightning Collection helmet. We knew that it was different from the White Ranger one that released last summer because it had a different SKU number in front of it, this one being E8963, which actually places it right in between two other roleplay things that we're getting this year, with E8162 being the Dragon Dagger and E8164 being the Zeo Megazord we still don't know much about. So it made sense that it would fit right in the middle between those two. We didn't know what helmet it was going to be because it was codenamed as just Pet Hotel, so we didn't know what it was. Hotel means helmets in terms of Lightning Collection code names. So it was unknown what helmet it was going to be, but we just knew it was going to be a helmet, and that was until earlier this week when a new shipping notice popped up for it that showed it was actually on the way from Hasbro to the United States already, which means it's probably going to be announced relatively soon and released relatively soon. But we now know that it is going to be a Mighty Morphin Red Helmet. So that would be our second helmet in the Lightning collection, which follows a Mighty Morphin White from last year. Now on to probably our biggest topic of this video, and that is there are a potential leak for Lightning Collection Wave 7 and Wave 8 already. Now last week I was doing more hunting on the Walmart app and I came across 12 unknown Power Rangers toy listings. The first 4, I'll show them real quick, although they're not Lightning more than likely, so we won't discuss them for very long. But there are 4 listings for unknown figures priced at around $7.97. Now, that's pretty close to the basic figure price that Beast Morphers have this year for their basic 6-inch figures. We know that these are 6-inch figures because they say it in the name, but they use brand new code names DMR. No idea what DMR means, but they also use the code names Jupiter, Earth, Neptune, and Villain. Villain's pretty self-explanatory, but it is possible that this is our first wave of Dino Fury figures. Not confirmed by any means, but it could be possible that DMR could mean Dino Fury. We're not really sure. The planets are going to be an important thing for the rest of this video that we're going to discuss. So, really unknown what those are, but backing off of that, let's go into what we think could be Lightning Collection Wave 7 and Wave 8. So the other 8 listings all are listed for $19.87 on the Walmart app, and that is the standard price for a normal figure in the Lightning collection. They all use these planet code names that the 4 listings I just discussed also had. So there's going to be some, it looks like there's some kind of new code system being implemented with these listings. It's unknown if this is supposed to be Lightning, although interestingly, all 8 of these have the code name or the code word BLT, not the sandwich, but the code word BLT in front of them. Very similar to how every Lightning collection figure has had the code name PET in front of it. It's possible BLT can now be Lightning collection, completely unconfirmed, but who knows. For the Hasbro SKUs, we're going to put them up here on the screen. That will kind of help show us what could be Wave 7, what could be Wave 8, because every wave so far in the Lightning collection has followed a sequential order and a numerical order, where every wave has had SKU numbers higher than the last wave. So going off of our lowest number SKUs, we have an unknown SKU number, but it is in the same group of UPC listings as the other 3, so we're going to group it together. This listing is locked for some reason. It doesn't show a price or anything like that, but it is grouped in here. But since the listing is locked, I can't access its SKU number, so that's unknown. But the other 3 are E8965, E8966, and E8968. Unknown why they skipped E8967. No idea, very strange. But these are the Hasbro SKU numbers for what could be our 7th wave of Lightning Collection figures. Another reason why I'm thinking that is because of the price point, but also they follow the UPC numbers being about 2,000 to 3,000 numbers higher than the previous wave, which I'm sure sounds very confusing. I know it does. I look at this stuff all the time. Trust me, I know it's pretty weird. But let's discuss what we could have here. So all of these code names use planets and a 3-letter thing. Now in the past, Lightning Collection waves have been Pet, Something, Color, Romeo. So we've had Pet being Lightning Collection, and then we've had a 3-letter, usually 3-letter name that is a season code. For example, Mighty Morphins is SPC for some reason. And then we've had a color, whether it be Roger meaning red, Buckeye meaning black, Beta blue, something like that. And then Romeo, which was always Ranger. Now here we don't have anything that says Ranger, but based off the structure of these, this could be a new code system. So for our first group of listings here, we have BLM Mars, Lum Jupiter, SRE Mercury, and ZTH Radar. So following what could be those basic figure listings, we see that most of these use planets except for Radar, but they're all space kind of related in some way. But it's very possible that the planets are a new code system for colors in the Lightning collection. Jupiter appears in all 3 groups that we have discussed. They appear in the basic figure group, they appear in our potential Wave 7 group, and our potential Wave 8 group. Because of that, also because Jupiter is known for its great red spot, although that could be completely meaningless in this situation, it could be possible Jupiter means Red Ranger. We don't know, There's really nothing to back that up 100%. It's just complete speculation on my part. But if it is the case, that would make sense. Since every Lightning Collection wave so far has had a Red Ranger in it, it would make sense that Jupiter, if it was red, would be in both waves. So if that's the case, we could see a Red Ranger in both of them. The hardest part here is knowing what the three-letter things are. BLM, SRE, LUM, ZTH, no idea. Those could be matched up to the seasons in any random combination. Numerous different fans have posted what they think that they could be, although I wouldn't look at any of those with too serious weight, because all of them are speculation. Anything you see about people saying, this is Wave 7 and this is Wave 8, it's not known yet what it is, because we haven't cracked this code system yet. Until the Walmart listings update with them being decoded, which the second that they do, I will post that, we don't know what the code names mean. They can mean anything. They might not even be Lightning Collection figures, although the price point definitely makes me think that they are, and also the fact that it follows the same similar structure by all of them having BLT in the listing, and then something that could be a season, and then something that could be a color. So taking a look at what could be our Wave 8 listings, reasons why I think these could be the Wave 8 listings is that they use brand new Hasbro SKU numbers that starts with F. Now, if you were paying attention to the numbers before, they used SKU numbers that were E, starting with the letter E, 8 something. So since they were already starting with 8, they were running out of numbers. And there are numbers for Transformers and Star Wars products and everything that were E9s, which means they're running out of that number SKU. Transformers Leaks has already shown that they are going to be using SKU numbers that start with F, probably for 2021 products, and this last group of 4 listings also start with SKU numbers that start with F. So for our second group, F1427, F1428, F1429, and unknown, because the last one in this group, just like the first one in the last group, are locked, so I can't get the SKU numbers out of them. Looking at the code names for this group, we have LUM Earth, Rad Neptune, LGY Jupiter, and ZTH Mercury. Interestingly enough, Mercury, Jupiter, and Earth appear numerous times in all these listings. Mercury appears in our group that could be 7, and it appears in our group that could be 8. So whatever color that could be, if it even means a color, is in both of these. ZTH and LUM, which are possible season codes, show up in both groups as well, which means repeating seasons could happen here as well. It's very unknown what any of these could be. I personally think that Jupiter means red, but that's the only one that I would say has like the most likelihood of being correct. All the other ones you could really put any kind of weight onto what color you want them to be. They could be wrong, they could be right, you could have it perfect. But all we have right now is those to go off of. I'm going to put them here on the screen again so you can take a look at them. You can also say in the comments what you think they could be. Then again, this is all speculation. All we know for right now is that there are 8 listings for potential Lightning Collection figures that just so happen to might be Wave 7 and might be a Wave 8, but we're going to have to wait and see until the listings unlock themselves. It's also unknown why Hasbro is changing the code system, if this even is the case, because the old code system has been used for Waves 1 through 6. Probably because it was cracked so easily. Granted, the second any of these listings get decoded, this code system is going to be broken as well. So there's not really much of a point to Hasbro changing them. We're still going to figure them out eventually. But there's fun time here to speculate. We still have a lot of things that are going to be coming out for the Lightning Collection in the next couple of months. So it will be a while before we get to see anything with Wave 7 or 8 yet. But right now we can just begin some early speculation based on these codes, if they even are Lightning. Earlier this week, we had an interview posted on YouTube from Toy Shiz, where the illustrator for the boxes for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Tom Whalen, went on to talk about everything with toys. They talked a lot about their favorite toy lines and like how to package up toys and things like that. But there was a little bit of time where Tom talked about the process he kind of does when he does the artwork for the Lightning Collection figure boxes. It was really cool to hear him talk about it. He was talking about how it was easier to do helmeted figures and helmeted characters compared to like civilian ones like the Rita figure that's coming out later on this summer. He also discussed that Mighty Morphin, of course, is an iconic team, but he talked about how one of his favorite designs for him to do were the Beast Morphers figures, actually, and in particular, the Blaze figure. Tom had mentioned how he talked about the intricate designs with the Blaze figure, and he felt like he was a pretty cool design, and I completely agree, Tom. Definitely a cool one. Tom discussed in the interview the intricate process that goes into like different shades of gray and different shades of colors and everything that goes into his artwork when he does the Power Rangers figures. It was overall a pretty interesting interview. I would definitely recommend checking it out. It will be linked in the description below. It's about an hour long if you want to check out the whole thing and everything he has to say. But it was really cool to hear Tom give his insights a little bit on what he does for the Lightning Collection and how he makes these really awesome packaging. He also talked about how he got the job for doing this and also kind of who has designed these beautiful boxes. He mentioned who at Hasbro designed them. So if you guys want to check out that, it will be in the description below. Definitely recommend it. It's about an hour long and it's a really cool watch. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of Lightning Storm. I'm looking forward to see what I can do with this series, and I like talking about Lightning Collection figures. It's a toy line that I've really grown to appreciate and really love over its brief period of time existing. As you can see, I like them quite a bit. I like talking to them with you guys, and I like just speculating on what we're going to get. Hasbro does a pretty cool job here, and I can't wait to see what they have for us in the future.